We like to call America a safe harbor, but we lie. We really only want those who fit in, who follow the rules, who can blend, accept conformity. The others, the aliens, the darker of them, the children of the unwelcome, we let die in our custody and call it fate. You are here today to hear their stories.
My name is Jeanette Amisi Munga. I'm a student at Portland Community College, and I aspire to become a midwife.
My name is Belize Nishimwe. I'm a junior at St. Mary's Academy, and I want to be an immigration lawyer, a UN member, or a politician so I can prevent issues like the one you saw today. Lean in.
Their voices will not be silenced.
Listen up.
Their lives will not go unlived.
We see you seeing us.
And wondering what our story is.
I will tell you. They are tired and poor. They yearn to breathe free. They are traumatized by what they have left behind. They are hopeful for what might be. They are immigrants. They are refugees. They are part of the story of what makes America great. Their individual stories are here to be celebrated today. So listen. Listen and lean in. Lean into the promise of their possibilities. We carry the DNA of our ancestors in our blood. We each come with our own stories, but we left behind everything. Everything we knew in search of opportunities, of hope for a better tomorrow.
This is my immigration story. I was born as Tosha Kitungano on February 19th, 2001, in Nyarugusu, Tanzania, the biggest refugee camp in East Africa. I changed my name from Tosha as part of my healing journey. I am now identified as Jeanette Amisi Munga. My family left the Democratic Republic of Congo before I was born because there was too much violence and war around them. For generations before I was born, my family had only known war and running away from violence. We are called Wakimbizi, which means runaways.
Wakimbizi, runaways. Can you notice them, yearning to breathe free?
I had no choice but to grow fast, sacrificing the childhood I longed for. I spent my childhood knowing nothing but poverty. I fought against powerful influences of witchcraft, starvation, malaria, and sexual assault. I learned early my womanly duties, such as cleaning our home, washing clothes, walking a great distance to fetch water. I started my training on farming, which was my family's only ways of eating regularly. Growing up, I faced psychological trauma that put me in a place of fear and an emotional neglect. For so long, I have always felt like I was carrying a burden of shame and guilt because of what happened to me and because of the childhood that I had lost. I never considered my life beyond the refugee camp.
We carry the DNA of our ancestors in our blood. We each come with our own stories, but we left behind everything we knew.
In search of opportunities,
Of
of hope for a better tomorrow.
This is my immigration story. My father watched as his village ceased to exist, running to nothing with only the lips to which he called home. Homeless, orphan, refugee. My mother, robbed of her innocence, carried the torches heavy with dreams of future generations, running with all her might so that we may have a chance to catch our breaths. Mother, homeless, refugee. Young me, 8 years old, walking from school walls, interpreting adults' words from English to Kirundi, filing taxes unknown at the time, using ancestral tongues to communicate American customs to those kept from it. Ink stains of passed-on dreams lay nested within me. Ink stains of passed-on dreams, the disappearing of ancestral tongues.
Can you hear them silently screaming?
Night skies covered our body with soft wrappings that glisten under the moon's shine. Our feet stomp the floor as we move to rhythms we do not know. Freedom we sing, not knowing our own. We leave unseen, falling past to worlds we form between the triangles above our feet, with a stride so confident and rolled sleeves ready for the day's labor. Cultivating grounds before there was ground, before there was sun, bright enough for you to see our work. We are the puppeteers to your motion, the ink to your unwritten stories, figures hidden by the night skies, refugee, immigrant, crooked lines given, but we straighten them with our minds.
We carry the DNA of our ancestors in our blood.
In search of opportunities, of hope for a better tomorrow.
This is my immigration story. When I came to the United States, I was blown away by the opportunities available to me and the choices I had as a woman. I have become a bold, resilient, and an empowered woman with enough courage to face whatever comes ahead. I aspire to become a gynecologist, an author, and an empowerment speaker. Now, my focus is no longer survival, but rather infusing intentionality into every part of my life. I came from not having choices to having choices, to making the most of every choice. When you embrace your consciousness with a pure heart, you light your path with intention. Know and own it. In this moment, you are enough.
You are enough.
I am enough.
We are enough.
Do you believe us?
We
We'll no longer accept living an unlived life.
In my mind lies dreams of becoming an immigration lawyer, a UN member, or a politician, or maybe all of the above. I want to devote my life to unchaining those we have given cages they are forced to call home. I intend to carry on the ink I have been given to those whose stories are left without pens to convey their voices. I carry the DNA of my ancestors in my blood.
We each come with our own stories in search of opportunities, of hope for a better tomorrow.
And this
is our immigration story.
Thank you.